Yeah, this is just a video to show you how I've done these little bowls out of the doilies. So what you need to do is a thin sheet of plastic, put it onto my board, and I've secured it down either side with some masking tape. Isopropyl spray, just to make sure you've got no fingerprints, nothing going on like that. And then we're going to hot glue this down onto the plastic. So we're basically just going to go around and hot glue the doily down to the mat. And we're doing this because we don't want anything leaking through. This will stop it from leaking through, and hopefully it'll stay into the doily if you secure it properly. So what I'll do is I'll come back to you when this is done and we'll go on to the next stage. Okay, so your mat, once you've hot glued, will look like this. You can end up with little stringy bits, just pull all them off, they won't get in the way. Just be sure you get as close to the edge as possible, because that's like your little dam. When you're finished, this just peels off, so don't worry about the hot glue. It doesn't matter if it touches your mat, it's not going to damage your mat or cause any problems. Just get as close to the edges as possible. That way it'll stop any leakage coming from underneath. Right, so now I'm just going to go and mix up my resin, and I'll come back to you, I won't be long. So now I've mixed up my three colours. I've got a turquoise blue, which is the lightest, a peacock blue, and a darker blue. Only slightly darker, but they're the three colours that I've used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle with the lighter colour, and then I'm going to work my way out with the darker colours, but it's up to you, it's your preference on what you do. So the first bit's the fiddly bit, because it's the smallest holes that you have to fill in. So you just fill them in slightly. As I say, that's a very, very light blue, but I'm going to change the colour shade anyway, so it does look like it's bleeding underneath, but don't worry, your colours will blend in together, that's not an issue. It looks nice when you're finished anyway. So I'll just do this. I've used a 2:1 resin, but if you want to use a 1:1, it works just the same way. It's no preference as to which resin you should or shouldn't use, but I use 2:1 at the minute. My last one I've used a 1:1, but my first one I used a 2:1, so they both work well. So then I'm going to use the next shade blue, and you're just basically going along filling in your little grooves. If you get any overfill onto the doily, don't worry, just wipe it off, it's not an issue. I keep me wipes to hand just in case. And just basically going round filling them in. I mean, you can use whatever colours you like. I think it looks nice with the blues. I've done a yellow one as well, a yellow and grey and silver. That was nice, but I like the blue. I think it has a better stained glass effect. Any overspill, just take your doily, push it off. Okay, I'll come back to you when I'm done. Okay, so now you're left with your mat filled in. If any look like they've gone lower, because it does move and it bleeds together, just go around, top all the bits up till you're happy with your level. Isopropyl, whip spray, and so you've got no bubbles, and then we'll come back in about 3 hours when it's a little bit tacky but not too tacky, and then I'll show you the next stage. Okay, so now we're at the stage where it's still bendy but it's not sticky to touch. You can touch and it doesn't come away, but it still bends. So now just a piece of cellophane, just normal cellophane, just over the top, just to protect it, because now we're going to place it over the bowl. Now we're going to turn it upside down, place it over your bowl, get it in the position that you want it in. So that's the centre. I'm just going to bring it round, bring it down. And what we do here is any excess just turn in, because it's not going to mess with your resin, because it's just set now basically. So you've got your centre in the bowl. So you're just basically shaping your bowl now. So bring that down. Once you've got it in the position that you like, so you can have like a little point there, your masking tape, bring it down, tape it to the board. I'm just giving it a little bit of support to help it shape. And again, tape it to the board to help them with the shape. It's a bit fiddly, but you get there in the end. When you're happy with the position you've got your bowl in, then that's all that matters. Tape to the board and just continue till you're happy with the shape that you've got your bowl. You're basically supporting all the edges to get you a little bit of a bowl shape. And just place that on top just to keep your shape down at the bottom. Once you're happy, then we just wait then for it to completely set. So I'm happy with that. I don't want too much of a dent, I want it to just be slightly shaped. And then we'll come back once we're completely set and I'll show you how to get your glue and your cellophane off. Okay, now for the final part. Take all our tape off, put the bowl over, take your bowl away, there's lot of plastic off, and then just peel away. Once I get my first bit off, we can start. Don't worry, you're not going to damage your bowl. I'll come back in a minute. So you just go around, glue just peels off, just discard that. Your plastic, keep your plastic because that can be reused and reused again. And just peel it all off and I'll come back when I'm done. So once your plastic and your glue and everything's taken off, you'll have some little sharp edges. Just put your mask on, always wear a mask, because resin, whether it's liquid or whether it's set, it's still quite dangerous for you to be breathing in, obviously. Just up and down on the edges, take the overflow off, soften it down. Anywhere you feel any bumps or any little grooves, just sand them with it. I just use an emery board because I think that does, unless it's a harder, more solid piece, emery board does the job. Just get rid of the jagged edges and yeah, you're all done. This one's for the bathroom, so I'll just be having cotton wool balls and maybe some wipes in there, but I hope this has helped you. I hope it's helpful enough, and enjoy. Thank you.